All right, I think we are recording. We are recording. Hello, 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 everyone. I'm starting this video from a different spot this time. I actually started recording this and then I said, screw it. I didn't like the way it started off, so I'm going to re record it. I wasn't too far into it. Welcome to another episode of Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli. This is episode number 10, and I'm going to start, labeling these, you know, daily walk editions of Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli by number. Um, it is it is Tuesday. It is Tuesday, and I'm feeling a lot better today. I'm still under the weather, but miraculously, last night I started feeling a lot better to the point of where I went out, uh, and hung out with somebody last night, and I was feeling good. I ended up coming back home around 11 o'clock or so, and I didn't even need to take any NyQuil or aspirin to go to sleep. I slept like a baby. Woke up this morning, was still feeling good. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm still a little under the weather. I can feel it a little bit, but like there's like a huge difference between um, the way I was feeling the past 2 days compared to how I'm feeling right now. So I'm getting a lot better. I'm actually back out here at Red Morton Park, and I'm not cold. I'm just wearing my T-shirt and some sweats, and I'm back here doing another episode of Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, the Daily Walk Edition. A few notes here before I get to today's topic. Um, I actually just updated my Facebook business page where I'm going to be also independently uploading all of my daily walk videos there and any other videos that I do on that page. What I was doing before that point, I was sharing the public postings from my personal Facebook timeline over to the page, but I'm going to be independently uploading them. And at some point, I may just stop posting these on my personal timeline, or I may just share them from my Facebook business page over to my timeline. Um, so stay tuned for more information regarding that. I kind of want to go back to keeping my personal timeline more, uh, you know, more of something to where I just give information to my friends. I mean, some people are interested in this information, and some people are not. So I haven't decided how I'm going to do that yet. But for right now, I'm going to be uploading these videos to both my timeline and my Facebook business page, Coach Eli, Uncompromising Business and Personal Relationship Coaching, which is also located at facebook.com/life coach Eli. So the first 9 episodes, I uploaded them today in high quality HD on my business page. So if you missed any of the first 9 episodes of Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, you can go back and check them out there. They're there in chronological order, and all the new ones will go there as well. Um, what else was I going to say? Okay, so I'm also going to be updating my website very soon, and I'll be embedding these videos on my website. That'll be another spot where you can go to get this information. And also, more than likely, I'll be creating some type of Facebook group page and maybe some type of forum on my website as well, to where I can get, a community of people together that really want this information, that really want to learn, that really want to have a better shot of, you know, making it through this crazy modern world that we all live in today. This challenging, very challenging modern world that we all live in today. So, more information is coming on that. I'll update you folks as soon as possible, or as soon as the information comes up. Now, I also want to pay a special shout out to somebody that actually found out that I am now on Facebook. that used to be connected with me on YouTube. Her name is Kendi. She, I believe, was running the YouTube channel Kendi Jane Beauty. I believe we connected through the I Am a Creator community when I was a part of the YouTube community last year. And she reached out to me and told me that she really enjoys my daily vlogs and, you know, has been watching my stuff on um, another channel on YouTube that's been downloading my stuff and re-uploading it. It's a channel called Robin Banks. It's I guess, some troll account out there. And like I mentioned in the past, I don't have any problems with anybody re-uploading my stuff because all you're doing is helping spread my information. And look what you did for me right now. You connected me with Kendi, and I appreciate that. Kendi, it's great to let me just come on over here. It's great to have you over here on the Facebook side. Feel free to comment below any of the videos and let me know if there are any topics that you would like for me to discuss in a future Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli video. And I would be happy to address those concerns for you. Also, Kendi or anyone else, let me know, what type of value you get from these videos. What do these videos do for you? Can you relate to some of the things or many of the things that I've been expressing and going through in these videos? Because for me, I'm a very personable type of person. I like to, say it as it is. I don't like to sugarcoat anything. I like to be raw, real, and natural. And most other, coaches out there or people that do inspirational type of videos and stuff, they're just trying to basically sell you a pipe dream. They're just trying to hype you into buying their system. And they're not sharing any, personal things that they've gone through. I honestly feel that leading by example is the absolute greatest way to teach people and to learn from people. Leading by personal example. That's my motto, and that's what I've always lived by, and that's what attracts me to somebody the most. People that just don't share anything about their personal lives. I mean, I have to question, where are they getting their experience from? So, anyway, I'm crossing over here into an area that is, I guess the park is doing some construction on part of their grounds over here. And this is part of my walk here. I'm trying to navigate around this. I was trying to figure this out yesterday. It was kind of pissing me off. I'll show you folks as soon as I get a chance to turn over here once I pass this car. If you look over here, they're now fencing this whole area off. And I think I can get around like over here and continue on my walk. So I'm just trying to, figure out what my new walking path's going to be because I like to walk around the park 4 times, and that gives me roughly a 4.5 to 5 mile walk every time I take a walk out here. So it looks like I'll be able to pass through right here by I think this is like a military building over here or a veterans building over here. So, yeah, the Armory, Red Morton Park. So yes, I can actually cross through here and continue continue my walk. All right, I figured this out now. Yeah, like right here. Danger. Construction zone, unauthorized personnel, keep out. Yeah, last month they had part of the park closed off on the other side due to having a circus come in. Now they fenced off another part. So anyway, yeah, lots of things happening with the Coach Eli brand. And again, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to address them. Okay. You can go to my Facebook business page once again, Coach Eli, uncompromising business and personal relationship coaching, or facebook.com/life coach Eli, or you can actually email me at coacheli@coacheliasmelas.com. You can send me a Facebook private message. If you're connected with me on Facebook, you can go to my Facebook page and send me a message there. Find a way to connect with me or just comment below any one of these videos and let me know that you want to get in touch and I'll make it happen and we can talk. I'd love to help you out. I'd love to learn more about you. I'd love to connect with you and I'd love to connect with anyone else that you may know that would find interest in these topics. I think these topics can help anyone and everyone in today's day and age of this crazy modern world that we all live in. All right, so let's get to the topic of today's Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, episode number 10, Daily Walk Edition. And the topic is the no contact rule after a breakup, how to properly use it, and how some coaches are trying to sell you a pipe dream regarding the no contact rule. One more time, the no contact rule after a breakup, how to properly use it, and how some coaches are trying to sell you a pipe dream in regards to the no contact rule. Now, let's discuss first and foremost what is the no contact rule. You've all heard this thing, especially if you've gone through a breakup, like I'm sure you all have gone through, just like I've gone through. What's the first thing you do? You're going to go on the internet and you're going to try to find some information on breakups. And in today's day and age, where are you going to go? You're going to go to Google, you're going to do a search, and you're going to find a YouTube video. And then you're going to find all these coaches that have their version of how to use the no contact rule, and their version of the no contact rule is the right way to do it, and you shouldn't listen to any other coach out there. Excuse me. Okay, so I still have a little bit of the cold here. Anyway, don't mind me if I cough a little bit every now and then, but I am feeling a lot better. So you're out there looking for this information, and you find many different coaches that have different variations of the no contact rule and how to use it properly. Okay. This car's trying to pull in. Sometimes it can be a little challenging to do. Wow, that car just bottomed out over there. You could probably hear that. Kind of took that turn into the driveway a bit too fast. These cars are so low nowadays that you gotta drive slow. But if you don't go fast, there's a car coming behind you. They might smash. Hit you in the rear end. People just drive crazy nowadays. Anyway, so back to the no contacting. So you're out there, you're scouring YouTube or the internet, and you're trying to find out what the right thing is to do, how to properly use a no contact rule. And this goes if you're the one that was dumped, okay? If you're the one that did the dumping, you're in the position of power. So you're in full control. You can change your mind at any time and try to, work things out with the person. But if you're the one that got dumped, you've got no control. The other person that dumped you made a unilateral decision to change the terms of your relationship from romantic to friendship, or from romantic to not wanting anything to do with you at all. Sometimes it comes out of nowhere and it hits you hard. And so you're trying to search for information to try to fix things as quickly as possible. And there are some people out there, some of these coaches out there say, hey, look, if you use my system, I'll help you get your woman back within 3 to 7 days, or within 30 days. Or they say, okay, let's say you start doing the no contact rule, you don't talk to your ex, you stop, talking to her, and you're not supposed to have any contact with her no matter what for 30 days. And let's say she reaches out to you 15 days into the 30-day no contact period, some of these coaches will say you still need to ignore her for an additional 15 days. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. Why the fuck would you want to do that? That's what some of these coaches tell you to do. Okay? Okay. And then some of them say, okay, write your ex a handwritten letter after you've done some soul searching and you figured out what you did wrong. Because in some cases, maybe you made some mistakes and you didn't get a chance to tell your ex about those mistakes, or you didn't even realize them or know about them at the time of the breakup. Because whenever an ex breaks up with you, you're going to at least have that one conversation where you're going to try to initially work things out. And, you know, at that point, you're running from such a high level of anxiety and you can't think clearly. So, you know, uh, that in that situation, you're not going to be able to, you know, uh, give yourself the best shot of trying to convince her that, hey, you understand where you went wrong. If we give it another chance, it can work out. But let's say, a month or two into it, you figure it out, or a month into it, you figure it out. Some coaches say send her a handwritten letter because it's so different in today's day and age where everything is digital. The handwritten letter will stand out as making more effort. There are so many different things that many other coaches out there will tell you to do that will give you the best chance of getting your ex back. And I'm here to tell you right now, I've tried every single one of those fucking things. And they don't fucking work at all. And I even knew more than likely they weren't going to work. But I still tried them. Because sometimes, even, a strong man like myself, in some situations that I've been in with some exes, where I felt our connection was so strong, I was missing them so much that I felt like I needed to do whatever it would take to get him back. Well, that's the wrong way to look at it. It's the wrong way to look at it. Because there's one thing that most people out there don't understand. Now, I think these coaches do understand it. Give me just 1 second here. Got a lot of people at the park today. I think these coaches do understand it, but they're trying to sell you a pipe dream. But you as an individual, what you need to understand is that there's no amount of begging or pleading or convincing you can do to try to change your ex's mind to take you back. Okay? The only way that you're ever going to get another chance with an ex is if you leave them alone forever, indefinitely. And then at some point they realize that they're missing you. They had a chance to think things over. And they realize that the grass isn't greener on the other side. And at that point, if they start feeling that separation anxiety, if they start feeling the loss, and it starts to build up and gets stronger and stronger every day, it becomes greater and greater every day, they may end up reaching out to you. But they're not going to reach out to you directly. They're going to reach out to you indirectly. They're going to reach out to you and say, hey, how's it going? Or, have you been? At that point, if an ex reaches out to you, at that point, the only reason why they would be reaching out to you is because they're missing you and they want to see you again. And you need to take that as your cue, if you're still interested in getting back together with them or trying to get back together with them, to reach out to them, set up a time to meet, hang out, and see where it goes. I know this video is all over the place today because there's just so much happening here at the park right now. It's like So much construction going on. It's just not peaceful here anymore. I may have to find a different spot to do these videos from. Now we've got the big City of Redwood City truck coming here. Give me 1 second here. See the big truck right there? Yep. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Either I'm here at the wrong time. I'm here around noon today, or it's just under construction right now. I think they're doing a lot of changes here. So anyway, what's the proper thing to do if you're with someone? Okay, if you're, hang on 1 second here. I'm gonna switch sides. There's just a lot of people here right now, and I don't want to interrupt them. Let's just come over here. Fuck it. The proper thing to do is this. Let's say that your ex breaks up with you. Let's say you're a guy and your girl breaks it off with you. As hard as it's going to be for you to accept that, what you need to do is say, okay, I love you, I care for you, I don't want this relationship to end, but if that's how you feel, I accept how you feel. I really think we could work this out if you'd like, but if not, it's okay. I'm going to let you go. But if you change your mind down the road, give me a call. Give me a call if you change your mind. And then you turn, you walk away, and you never look back. You don't call her. You don't text her. You don't email her. You don't send her a fucking handwritten letter like I've done in the past. You don't do any of that. You walk away, and you never look back. Okay? You got to let her go. You got to let her think about it. Because if you ever want a chance for her to feel the loss of what you two had, you got to give her the space to do that. You got to give her the time and space to do that. And let me tell you folks something. That is one of the most difficult things to do. It's the most fucking difficult thing to do. Especially if you've invested so much time, effort, energy, and emotion into a relationship, and especially if you made a big difference in your partner's lives or life. I've always been the type of guy that I've made a big difference in the life of any woman I've dated. I've always been the type of guy that, hey, you know what? If I can do certain things for the woman I'm with that would help better her life, why would I not want to help her in that way if I care about her? Okay? And the right woman is going to also help you better yourself. Even though masculine energy is about, doing shit yourself, when you're in a relationship, I honestly firmly believe that both men and women should help each other get further ahead. It shouldn't be just one-sided. But in many relationships in today's day and age, it's typically about, the man is there to help the woman, but the woman, doesn't help the man because that's just the way it's been. Because masculine energy has always been about being self-sufficient, okay? Being independent. And until recent times, women weren't fully independent, until things changed with the second and third waves of the women's movement over the last, 30 to 50 years or so. And then when civil rights came into play in 63, 64. So, anyway. So yeah, the no contact rule is one of the most difficult things to do, especially if you have a lot of emotion invested in it, and it hurts both men and women equally. Let me tell you, you know, if if you people think that it's harder for women to deal with a breakup when a guy breaks up with a woman, it's just as hard, if not more difficult, for a man. Because for a man, we've always been known, to control our emotions and suppress our emotions to be the rock. But then, after we've given our heart and soul to a woman for a certain amount of time, and then she takes that away from us, all of a sudden, it's like it comes out of nowhere. And then we start feeling emotions that we didn't even know that we had. And then we have the feeling like we need to do whatever, it takes to get her back and get back what we had. That's our natural instinct. But in all honesty, if you try to do that, you're only going to, push your woman further away. So the bottom line is, and it works the same ways, in the same ways, on the flip side, you know, for women that have been dumped, if you keep on begging and pleading your man, you're going to push him further away. It works the same ways. I'm just using, the example from my end because I'm a male and I'm sharing my experiences here with you folks. So, again, as hard as it is, the no contact rule is pretty cut and dry, plain and simple. If anyone else tries to sell you a pipe dream and says that, okay, just give your woman 3 to 7 days of space and then contact her and that's enough time, that's bullshit. Okay? If someone tells you, okay, the no contact rule is only good for 30 days, and after 30 days you reach out to your woman, no. Again, I'm speaking from the male standpoint of the man being dumped, but if you're a female and you're dumped, just flip it, okay? And again, if someone dumps you, like if your woman dumps you and you're in the 30-day no contact period and they reach out to you 15 days into it, don't ignore her for another 15 days. That's totally stupid. If you ignore her because of this 30-day no contact rule that some coaches say for no reason, even if they reach out to you, don't contact them for 30 days, that's stupid. Why would you want to give up an opportunity like that you may never get again? If she reaches out to you 15 days after the no contact period starts, don't reach out to her right away. Maybe give her, 3-4 hours of space or call her back the next day. You don't want to come off as desperate, weak, needy, and insecure. But get back to her within 24 hours and find out what she wants. And talk with her and see if you can, figure things out. Don't let that opportunity pass you by if you're still open to it at that point. So that's all I'm trying to say here is that, a lot of these coaches out there that claim, there's a 30, 60, 90, 120 day no contact rule. It's all bullshit. The no contact period is indefinite. If someone breaks it off with you, okay, all you do is you let them know that, hey, you know what? I'm not interested in anything platonic. I'm not interested in just being friends. I love you. I adore you. I care for you. I think what we had was great. Yeah, maybe, I made some mistakes. They were honest mistakes. I'd be willing to work through them, but if you're not willing to work through them at this time, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to honor your request. But down the road, if you change your mind, give me a call. My door's open. And then you turn, you walk away, and you never look back. God, what a crazy day here at the park. and let them feel the loss. Let them feel what you're feeling, because there's no way in hell you're going to get a second chance with them ever if they're not feeling the same separation anxiety that you're feeling after they broke it off with you. They have to feel that intense feeling of separation anxiety, just like you've been feeling, to trigger them to the point of where they want to pick up their phone and either text you or call you or reach out to you in some way, shape, or form. And again, like I was mentioning earlier, if they do reach out to you, it may be in a subtle way. They may reach out to you and say, "Hey, how you doing? Hey, you know what? I went to this restaurant and I was thinking about you. You know, it reminded me about you." They're not going to reach out to you directly and say, "Hey, you know what? It's been like 3 or 4 months. I miss you and I want you back." Now, don't get me wrong. Some men and some women, may end up doing that. Some men and some women that have broken up, with their other half, may end up being that direct. That's very rare. If that's the case, then that makes it real simple. But you got to be able to use common sense and read between the lines and give yourself the best chance of rekindling that relationship if you want, if you get that opportunity, or deciding that, hey, you know what? Maybe the best thing was to stay broken up. Maybe the breakup was a good thing. So that's my thought, regarding the no contact rule. There is no time period. There is no time period for it. It's indefinite. And let me tell you, I've known about the no contact rule for a long time. And even with my knowledge on it, I fucked it up. It's hard. It's hard when you have emotions involved, especially if you were dating someone that you thought was going to be your soulmate, and you shared so much with them and you did so much for them to help them change their lives, and they did a lot for you to help change your life as well. It's hard. It's the hardest thing in the world, I'll tell you. Because as people, we were born to connect. No one likes separations. No one likes to cut things off that have been going so well for such a long time. And then a few things happen, and then boom, it's over. Sometimes someone that breaks it off with you just needs some time and space to think if you're actually the right person for them. I would say in many cases, if you've gone through a breakup and you never cheated on your partner, they never cheated on you, and you never abused them in any way, physically, mentally, emotionally, and vice versa, if there was never any abuse in the relationship or any cheating in the relationship, there's always going to be a chance at some point down the road where it may get revisited. It may not be right away. It's possible. It might be a year down the road. It might be 3 months down the road. It might be 5 to 10 years down the road. Like I mentioned before in the past, I had a couple of exes revisit our relationship. One was like maybe a couple years down the road, and the other was like 4 or 5 years down the road. And they both wanted to work it out with me, but I didn't want to work it out with them because they realized I was in a much better place than I was when I was with them initially, but they were not in a much better place. So it wasn't a fair value exchange for me. Relationships need to be a fair value exchange. If you're going to get back together with somebody, even if they want to get back with you after they've broken up with you, you need to look at the person and say, hey, I bring a lot of value to this person. How much value do they bring to me? I'm not saying it's all about that. I mean, in all honesty, love should be unconditional, but it's not. Today, in today's day and age, love is conditional based on a fair value exchange. I firmly believe in that, even though I don't like it and I don't want it to be that way. But in all honesty, it's another way of saying when I say fair value exchange, excuse me, and I'm going to start wrapping this video up after I say this. When I say fair value exchange, it's more of a fancy way. It's more like a fancy way of saying that if you give to this person, they're going to give back to you in return. So, meaning that if you're going to emotionally support them through certain things that they need help with, they're going to emotionally support you through things that you need help with. I've seen many cases in relationships, not just mine, but other friends of mine, where they're giving their other half the emotional support that they need, but their other half isn't giving them the emotional support they need in return. And if that's not happening, then it's just not going to work out. It has to be a two-way street. And emotional support is one of the hugest ordeals when it comes to a relationship. It has to fucking be there. Emotional support is the most important thing. It's the hugest thing. Okay? So to you guys and gals out there, okay, if you're currently in no contact right now and you're scouring the internet, trying to find the right answer, trying to get your ex back as quickly as possible because you just can't stand the excessive amount of anxiety it's creating for you. The separation anxiety is killing you. Trust me, I understand that feeling. I've been there before. I've been there before in the past. It's a shitty fucking feeling. Okay? If you come across these programs that are going to say, hey, buy my program now, and you'll have your ex back crawling at your feet within fucking 2 days or 2 hours. It's a bunch of fucking bullshit. They're taking advantage of your emotions. Because when you're that vulnerable and they know that you'll do anything to get your ex back, they'll try to sell you anything and everything under the sun and you'll buy it. I've been there before myself. Don't fucking do it. The best thing you can do is walk away and never look back. But let your ex know after he or she breaks it off with you that, hey, you know what? I really wish we could work things out. I love you. I adore you. I care for you. I'm willing to still work through this because I believe relationships are a lot of work and I want to work through this. But if you're not willing to work through this at this point, you know what? Take all the time in the world that you need. I'm going to let you go. But give me a call if you change your mind. And you turn and walk away, never look back. Like I mentioned earlier, don't ever call them. Don't ever text them. Don't ever email them. Don't send them a handwritten letter. Okay? Don't do anything. Pretend like they're not even alive. And down the road, if they reach out to you, you assume that it's because they want to see you. There's no other reason they're going to reach out to you unless they want to see you and they're realizing that they miss you. If that happens, you know what? Set up a time to meet in person and catch up. And just see where it goes. Okay? But play it cool. Don't push it if that happens. It's like you're starting over again. Don't come off as weak, needy, desperate, and insecure. And when they reach out to you, you don't need to respond to their text right away, or if they try to call you, let it go to voicemail. You want to keep yourself busy. You want to show them that, hey, you've moved on. And you should have moved on. I've moved on. Okay? So you don't want to come off like you're sitting by the phone waiting for them. And then when they call you, like you pick up the phone and oh my God, I'm so glad you called. I've been waiting for this day to happen. Oh gosh, yeah, you want to hang out again and get back together. No, that's weak, needy, desperate, insecure behavior. It's not going to work. Play it cool if that happens. And again, don't ever ignore. Don't ever ignore an ex that's trying to reach out to you because you're in a no contact period that some other coach has told you do not talk to her or him for any reason for a minimum of 30 days. But she reaches out to you or he reaches out to you 15 days in and you ignore him or her. Don't ever do that. That's stupid. That's absolutely stupid and ridiculous. I'm just really disappointed at what some people out there will do to try to make a dollar off of you. It's ridiculous. I'm here to truly help people, folks. I'm truly here to help make this world a better place. I'm truly here to make a difference in this world. I've been through a lot. And I have a lot of raw emotion here to share with you folks to prove that I'm the real deal and I'm genuine with what I'm saying. I've tried all this bullshit, and let me tell you, hands on, it doesn't fucking work. It makes your situation worse. Makes your situation worse. So, anyway, I will more than likely not be doing a second video today, even though I'm feeling a lot better. I'll see how I feel. Oh, by the way, one more thing. I figured out the problem regarding my internet connection. Had AT&T come yesterday. I was mentioning in my video that AT&T was going to be coming because I was only getting like half my upload speed. Well, AT&T came. They brought me the latest modem. They upgraded my modem free of charge. They tested everything, and they said everything on their end is working fine. Once AT&T left, I decided to revert my my driver for my Ethernet card back to an older driver, thinking that the new Windows driver that's installed automatically by Windows was causing an issue. Guess what? It was a driver issue. Windows screwed up my driver on my Ethernet card. So when I reverted back to the old driver from the manufacturer website, I got my full speed. So I'm back up and running perfectly. So no more issues with my fiber line. It's all set and ready to rock and roll from here on out. All right, hopefully this video made sense. I've kind of been all over the place because I'm still a little under the weather here, and this subject is kind of a very touchy subject I'm very passionate about. And I also, have some things that, I've been going through lately myself. There are some things that have been on my mind lately. Like I said, I put myself back out there on Match.com, and I've been meeting some activity partners to go hiking with and do some things. But there's some other things regarding that I may mention in a future video, but I haven't decided if I'm going to do that yet. Some things that are kind of like making me feel a little bit torn. So I'm going to think about how I want to put that out there, if I want to put that out there, and I'll share more with you folks in the next video. So that's going to do it for today's video. You all have yourselves a great day, and I'll talk to you all soon. Take care. Bye-bye now.